Welcome to the Bassquatch Hunter.
I've got a fish.
We show our guests our love for fishing, and then we let them show us what they do. Whether it's a professional athlete or an industry professional, we include it all. We all chased our dreams to follow our careers. Now together, we will chase our Bassquatch.
The Bassquatch Hunter. Fish out of water. This week on The Bassquatch Hunter.
In today's episode, we meet up with Brooke Fletcher. From Miss Georgia to sports reporting, Brooke has done it all. We're going to get her on her very first kayak fish, and she's going to show us what it's like to be in the world of a sports broadcaster. Hey guys, it's Mike McKinstry, host of the Bassquatch Hunter, and I'm with a guest that's a little bit out of her element today.
Yeah, just a little bit, Mike. Hi, my name is Brooke Fletcher. I'm the host of the Rally on Bally Sports, and yeah, I love fishing. I grew up fishing with my grandpa, but I haven't done it in a while, so you're gonna have to show me the ropes.
So this is your first time fishing as an adult?
Yes.
So it's very different. And we're not going for bluegill today. We're not using worms. We're catching some bass today. We're gonna get Brooke at her first bass, I'm hoping.
Give me a big old bass.
All right,
Let's do it.
Let's jump on the kayaks and go have some fun, guys. Welcome to Lamont, Illinois. We are at The Forge, the Lamont Quarry Adventure Park. This is an amazing fishery and there's a whole lot to do here, but today we're just here to catch Brooke's first fish.
When Mike first contacted me about the show, I didn't really know what to expect. When he said fishing, I was excited because I haven't fished in a while, but I was nervous because I haven't fished in a while. But I was up for the challenge, and I was excited just to see what his show was about.
When I invited Brooke to the show, I didn't realize how much fun she was gonna be, but she showed up with a big smile on her face and ready to take on some fishing today.
Just following your lead.
Hold on, I'm gonna go faster then, because your kayak's way faster than mine. The bait you're throwing is the color of crawfish, but it's the shape of a leech. Pretty much what they're eating out here. He said this wall was the best, so let's... Oh, you got me excited. Every time Brooke reacts to feeling anything on the end of her bait, it makes me jump because I get really excited right away. I want you to get one more than me. I catch fish all the time.
I'm not leaving here until I get a fish. Oh, I got one.
Oh!
I got one. Woo!
Oh, we can.
Are you kidding? Story of my life.
So it's called fishing, not catching, so you still do the fishing part. That's really good.
You guys saw it. It was there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything. I'm just joking. That was a good fish, though. That was a good fish. Now we gotta get him back.
So I'm really competitive, and I wanted to beat Mike when it came to getting the first fish, but he beat me to it.
I got a fish on.
You would get a fish before me. Oh, jeez, was not expecting that.
I wasn't expecting a fish right now. So that's a largemouth bass.
Oh, yep.
So I want you to hold this guy so you know what it's like to hold it.
You want me to hold him?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's no teeth.
What's the...
There's no teeth, okay? It's like a little bumpy. You just put your thumb right inside and then squeeze. That's it.
Wow.
There you go. Show the camera. I've had a lot of guests that are really afraid to touch fish, but Brooke was not one of them. All right, throw them in.
Just throw them in?
Just literally just throw them in.
Okay.
Hey, you held a fish.
Now I just gotta catch one.
Now you gotta catch one. Today we are using the Berkley Little General bait on FX Custom rods.
I got one.
You got one?
I finally thought I had it, and then I didn't.
What'd you do?
I had him.
What'd you do?
He was on my... I'm just gonna blame that one on Mike.
It was not my fault that she lost that fish.
Why do I suck at this? What's going on?
It's not that you suck at it. It's just the way the cookie crumbles.
That's the second time. That little stinker.
You know what? Losing a fish, it's just part of fishing.
Is it the color of the bait? Is that what it is?
I think they like your bait a lot. I think they're just testing you. I think I really need to teach Brooke how to set the hook a little bit better. That's my fault. So how is this in contrast to what you do every day? Because like what you do every day is probably like super structured, where this is like the opposite.
Right. This is peaceful. Well, did you just catch another fish?
No.
Oh, okay.
Look how mad you got. You're like, did you
just catch a fish?
Even though she's out of her element a little bit, Brooke is still bringing a lot of competitiveness to fishing.
Oh.
Oh! Did you lose another one?
I lost another one.
What?
I lost another one. These fish are just teasing me out here. I thought I had it and then just fall right off the hook. What am I doing wrong? At this point, I'm getting really frustrated.
Pull it once when you first feel it, and then you just reel.
Okay.
So being someone who loses fish all the time too, I feel her pain and her heartache, but I know that she's one cast away from catching her fish.
The Bassquatch Hunter is brought to you by FX Custom Rods. Quality, precision, performance. Feel free kayaks. AmeriGas, propane that's pro-you. Zot Ford and deals in the D.com. Three Waters Kayaks. Scales Fish Attractant. See the difference. Abu Garcia, Fish to Win. Tacticam. Berkeley, your fish, our science. Yak Attack, made in the USA. Produced by M1 Studios.
So how did the journey start? Did you go to school for casting?
So I went to Auburn and they didn't have a broadcast journalism degree when I was there.
Okay.
So I was a business marketing major and I minored in Spanish. And then I actually did stuff with the on-campus TV station. So that's where I got a lot of my experience. So I would do internships in the summer at WGN up in Chicago, Comcast Sportsnet. And then I just kind of caught the bug. I was like, all right, I think I'm just gonna
You're like,
go
this is
all
it.
in. Yeah, I'm gonna go all in. My parents have been really good about just like, hey, follow your dreams. And my mom was definitely like that. Her and I are really close, and she was the one who was always encouraging me, like, if you want to do it, just go after it. Like, it's been a grind, but I've always said respect the grind, because once you do reach your goal, like, you appreciate it so much more. Yeah, this I'm about to tap out. I'm kidding. I'm not quitting. I'm not a quitter. We have to catch a fish.
Yeah, we have to. Like, I hope you brought a sleeping bag because we're catching a
We're
fish.
staying out here all night until I catch one.
I always say the last cast lasts 3 hours because you're always like, hold on, one more cast, and then it just turns into like a thing.
Oh, I'm definitely that person. Like,
Yeah.
just one more.
So one of the cool parts about fishing at night too is when the sun goes down, the fish come up. So I always tell people that when the conditions are bad for humans, the conditions are great for fish. So right now, when it gets darker out, a little bit chillier out, the wind's still there, the fish get a little bit more aggressive, and hopefully they stay on Brooke's hook finally so she can pull in her fish.
Please. I was getting really frustrated, but then I finally got a bite.
Brooke got a fish! Yes! Getting to see Brooke light up with the first bite on her bait was amazing, and it's really great to see someone else enjoy the sport that I love so much.
I finally got one. I'm gonna name him Larry. Have you ever named your fish?
You know, my girlfriend does it all the time. She was like, that one's
This
Buzz.
looks like Larry.
She finally got her fish.
Holding the fish was like holding a trophy. I named him Larry. He put up a good fight, but I got him.
Yes, hey.
Finally, I finally got a fish.
Yeah.
Am I a pro now?
We'll give you an honorary pro
Am I on
pass.
his level now?
Yes. Watching Brooke catch her first fish in a kayak was almost as rewarding as the first time I caught a fish in a kayak. It was so great to watch her light up. Awesome.
All right, Larry. Away you go. Nice. We did it. Oh.
Did we hook each other?
We hooked each other.
Really? we both just pulled that. We're like, we got one. Yeah, we hooked each other.
We hooked each other.
I had an awesome time fishing with you. I'm glad I got to show you my world a little bit and show you what I do. What'd you think of it?
It's great. No, I caught a fish, so that's good.
But you have the disappointment of losing a few fish too, which is...
I lost a few. Yeah, there's one fish in this lake that just likes to mess with me. They know I'm a rookie here. But no, this was great. So peaceful, and it was nice to kind of get away from all the chaos of my job. But I'm excited to show you mine.
Stay tuned for the end of the episode, guys, because we're gonna give the kayak that Brooke used to an amazing organization out here. But right after this, I'm gonna head to her world and see how hard it really is to do what you do for a living.
It'll be fun.
I hope so.
Get ready. Okay, one more cast.
Okay, see,
Just
I told
one
you.
more.
I told you, I
One
warned
more.
you.
I feel it.
I warned you about the one more
How do
cast
I-
rule. After watching Brooke get addicted to what I do for a living, I cannot wait to see how I do in her world tomorrow.
My competitive side definitely came out, and Mike, he did win this round, but wait until he's in my world.
Pulling up to the United Center, it's a little overwhelming and intimidating, but I was really excited to get upstairs and see what it's all about.
All right, this is how we start our morning here at the rally. We have our meeting around like 10:30, and so we just finished up, and so now we're all kind of doing our prep for the show. So we have the board over here where we break down each segment, talk about the topics that we want to talk about here today. So the NFL got underway this weekend. We're going to talk college football, and then Mike's going to come on. We're going to talk some fishing. So right now we're just doing our prep just to get ready for the show.
Brooke's already in her morning meeting, but I'm gonna go pop in real quick and say hello. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt your morning meeting, but I just want to make sure, can we talk about Brooke catching her first fish yesterday?
Yo, you caught a fish?
Yeah, I caught a bass. It was like this big. It was,
No, you gotta, yeah.
It was this
You're a
big.
fish.
Yeah, it was this big.
You gotta hold it out in front of you so by perspective it looks big. Right. Did you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a fisherman now. You can say it was this big.
I have my Hinge dating profile picture, you know, with the fish. Our first NFL Sunday is officially in the books. Josh Cribbs joins us to help break down all of yesterday's madness. KBO2, take one. Okay, so part of my day, I have to come down to the studio and do some voiceovers for our open. So I just did mine, but now it's your turn. So you gotta turn your broadcast voice on. You gotta be commanding, right, with your voice. And yeah, put your announcer voice on. You got this.
Is it allowed to be cheesy then?
Yeah, you can be cheesy.
Our first NFL Sunday is in the books. Josh Cribbs joins us to help break down all of yesterday's madness.
So Mike joined me down there in the studio, and he got to try the voiceover, and he did a really good job. I was proud of him. Say this one like you're commanding it, like you mean it.
Okay, a little more. Okay,
A little,
like I own this
to your
one.
voice, yeah.
And week 1 of the NFL caps off with Russell Wilson's return to Seattle. We make our picks for tonight's Broncos-Seahawks game. That and a whole lot more next on The Rally.
That was good.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
I think you did better picking up fishing than I did picking up that, though, but it was a lot of fun.
No, it just takes practice, just practice. After that, I finished my prep, and then it was time to go to makeup. We gotta get to the makeup room so I can get ready for the show. You wanna come?
Yep, let's go.
Okay.
Time for makeup. First time I've ever got to say that in a fishing show. Watching the professional makeup artist do Brooke's makeup is such a cool experience. It's like watching an artist make a painting. Getting my makeup done was a little bit different than what I'm used to, and I was a little bit hesitant at first, but not gonna lie, this feels amazing. I always thought makeup would feel like heavy, like you'd feel it on your face, but it's like the opposite. Like my face feels like it can breathe right now. I really feel like I'm ready for live TV.
Makeup takes around an hour, and then we go down, we do our pre-tapes, and then it's showtime. All right, so before the show, I have to go through the teleprompter. And this is one of the hardest things to master here in broadcasting, Mike. So I'm gonna go through it once, okay? And then I'm gonna have you try.
Okay,
Sound good?
It's intimidating, but I'm up for it.
You're gonna do great. All right, we got the prompter in 3, 2, 1. Week 1 of the NFL season did not disappoint. From missed kicks to upsets, we saw it all. Aaron Rodgers struggled against the Vikings while the Chargers took down the Raiders in an exciting game. Now tonight, Russell Wilson returns to Seattle to take on his former team for Monday Night Football. We'll get to that game later, but let's talk about all the games we saw over the weekend. A lot of people struggle with it, but Mike, I mean, he was a pro. He got it right off the bat. I was actually very impressed with how well he picked up.
Week 1 of the NFL season did not disappoint. From missed kicks to upsets, we saw it all. Aaron Rodgers struggled against the Vikings while the Chargers took down the Raiders in an exciting game. Now, tonight, Russell Wilson returns to Seattle to take on his former team for Monday Night Football. We'll get to that game later, but let's talk about all the games we saw over the weekend.
You're a pro.
Nailed it.
Look at you.
That was my first time ever seeing a teleprompter before.
You might be coming for my job. I don't know.
I'm just saying, you might be coming for mine after you were more into fishing than I was.
I don't know about that.
I might not be as good as Brooke at this, but reading the teleprompter was actually a lot of fun. But I cannot wait to get in front of that camera and go live on TV.
All right, so Brooke did amazing in my world, way better than I expected. So hopefully I can live up to that and do as good in her world. So let's go in.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I was curious how Mike would do in a live setting. He nailed the teleprompter and he did the voiceover well, but live TV, it's a completely different thing, but he handled it perfectly. All right, thanks guys. Well, I'm here with Mike McKinstry. A lot of people might know him as the Bassquatch hunter. Mike, thanks so much for joining us. I think this may be the first time we've ever had a fisherman on the show, but it was cool.
Being on live TV with Brooke is definitely a lot different than what I'm used to. I'm nervous here because I know there is no second take if I make any mistakes at all. But it was definitely cool to see the contrast between filming indoors in a controlled environment versus filming in our world, filming outdoors.
Being on a live television show like this and seeing the whole process gives me a whole new respect for what Brooke does for a living. All right, Brooke, so you did incredible in my world. I was not only impressed, but almost intimidated with how excited you were about fishing. I thought you were gonna really outdo me.
I appreciate you showing me the ropes. I was a little intimidated because I didn't know what to expect, but you did a great job, and I'm glad that I at least caught a fish. I was kind of worried I wasn't
That was
gonna get
definitely
one.
the highlight of the whole first part.
I almost caught 4.
But you caught 1, that's what matters the most.
Exactly.
But what's crazy though is intimidated as you were in the beginning of my segment, you still did amazing. I've been intimidated the whole entire day today, and I'm still a little intimidated, but I really, really enjoyed the experience. So thank you so much for having me in your world.
Of course.
And show me what it's really like to do what you do, because I think people see the end product and don't realize what actually goes into producing the end product. So seeing the little, peek behind the curtain has been pretty amazing. So thank you so much for showing this to us all.
You're a natural, and I appreciate you having me on the show and coming by.
Awesome. So stay tuned, guys. We're gonna go donate the kayak that Brooke used to an amazing organization right here in Chicago. So stay tuned for one more spot, and we'll see you soon. So we had a great time on the water today and an awesome time in the studio too. But we want to do something really cool for the community. So we came by the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls in the West Loop of Chicago, and we wanted to give back a little bit.
And so I caught a fish in this, so it has some mojo here, I would say, so we want other people to enjoy this kayak as well. So with that, we're gonna welcome in the Director of Communications for the Mercy Home, Mark Schmelzer. Mark, we're excited to give this to the Mercy Home here, and hopefully some kids can enjoy it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for thinking of us and coming to Mercy Home. Our kids will enjoy this. In fact, once a year during the summertime, we take our kids out to camp, and it's a great experience for them to get outdoors, get on the water, cast a line, and really spend some time around a fire with their friends and their peers. It's a real growth experience for them. This will help us a ton. And these are the kind of experiences that our donors help provide for us that really help our kids grow and learn and overcome past traumas and adversities that they come to Mercy Home with. Before they come to our home, they've experienced things like abuse and neglect and neighborhood violence and family instability and housing instability and so forth. But when they come to Mercy Home, because of our donors and friends who provide experiences and donations and volunteer time, our kids get the tools that they need to build independent and self-sufficient futures. It's a little bit like that line that you've all heard, of course, giving someone a fish versus teaching them how to fish. And that's what we're doing with our kids. We're giving them a good education. We're giving them life skills, job skills and job opportunity, things that they can do to go on and become successful adults and give back to the community themselves.
Perfect. Well, I hope this helps people catch their fish at least.
Absolutely.
And hopefully make some great memories too, for sure.
Will.
So thank you very much for allowing us to do this with you
coming.
too. And make sure you guys check out everything they do at Mercy Home. Check it out online. They do some amazing work right here. You can see the website at the end of the credits as well. And thank you guys for hanging out with us in Chicago, and we'll see you guys soon.
I feel like I'm gonna fall off this thing. I'm gonna be yanking.
You're just like, I'm gonna jump in after the fish.
I know. I'm gonna catch it with my bare hands.
You fall in, you come for the fish in your mouth. You're like, I got him. I'm like, whoa, Brooke, easy.
Just whenever you get a chance, if you could just send me for the lower third when you come on. So like name and then what you want like your label to be. Or
Best fisherman alive.
We can work on that. Yeah.
Yes. I just like that I can talk trash to you, and it's totally okay. You're like, yeah, bring it.
You're gonna see competitive Brooke in just a few minutes here.